No matter what Asia Wilson does, she always finds a way to say some stuff that shows that she hasn't learned. And history with her seems to repeat itself constantly, as Asia Wilson once again has chosen to make a wild and outlandish claim in sports that she is being discriminated against, and that the and that because she's a black woman, she's not marketable. It's almost become a laughable thing whenever Asia Wilson opens her mouth to talk about anything, really. Because the reality is this: she's just unlikable. She's not a pleasant person. Her public persona is one of incessant complaining. And it wears on people when all you hear from someone is incessant complaining about what they don't have or what they don't get, even when they're getting it and they're getting it hand over fist. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, hit the bell so you get all the up-to-minute updates. Asia Wilson last year talked about how it boiled her blood when talking about race and marketability and how, as a black woman, people don't want to see her, people don't show her. Remember, this is the woman that grew up with white people. I mean, I don't know when all of a sudden she stopped liking white folks, or when she decided she was going to become an activist or what have you. But every time she opens her mouth, more dumb doo doo nonsense comes out of it. Asia Wilson, you should look no further than, I don't know, the NBA, the NFL, heck, Major League Baseball, I don't know, tennis, golf. Some of the most marketed athletes in the world, in sports that are not even dominated by black athletes, find black athletes marketed at a higher level than any white athlete could ever dream of being marketed as. Tiger Woods changed golf. Last I checked, he wasn't white. Serena Williams is arguably among the top one, two, or three greatest tennis players of all time. Campaigns around Serena Williams marketing her. Nike, my goodness, Tiger Woods and Nike. It's out of the amount of marketing that went into these two athletes that are largely dominated by white people. It's crazy. And yet you have Asia Wilson in a black sport. Yes, basketball is a black sport in America. And she's sitting here bitching and moaning because Caitlin Clark changed the dynamic of the league. She changed the way people view the league. Because at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is why people are largely watching the league. Caitlin Clark shows up from Iowa. Caitlin Clark takes all her shine. Caitlin Clark gets all the attention. But why is all that? Did Asia Wilson ever think and stop to ask herself that question? Why? I'm sure Asia Wilson's first response will be that she's white, because that's the only thing she can think of. That's the only thing that allows that her mind. That's the only thing her mind allows her to put as the reason, because it can't possibly be that Caitlin Clark is actually the greatest women's basketball player we've ever seen. Like, you can deny it all you want. You've never ever seen a women's basketball player like Caitlin Clark. I've watched them all. You can watch them all. You know what skill is. You know what talent is. No matter how much some of y'all anti-Hatelins, the Hatelins don't want to acknowledge it, you damn well know what talent and skill are. And you damn well know that that woman has changed the game. In fact, she's revolutionized it or is in the process of revolutionizing it. Because if you go look at the highlight videos of high school recruits around the country, go look at where they're shooting that ball from. They're not trying to be like Asia Wilson. They're trying to be like Caitlin Clark. They're shooting the ball from 6 to 8 feet behind the 3 point line, developing range that makes them unguardable or makes them very difficult to guard and therefore leaving teammates wide open. But Asia Wilson would rather blame it on Caitlin Clark being white. Asia Wilson's a darn good basketball player. No one can deny that. No one can debate that. She is, without a doubt, one of the best players in the league. Multiple time MVP. She's earned every accolade she can earn. She's earned them all. And last year, when people were talking about Caitlin Clark and a sneaker deal, Asia Wilson stood very quiet on the sideline, not saying a word, instead acting as if she was not getting a sneaker made for her when all of this was popping. In fact, she admitted that the sneaker had been in place, been in design for almost 2 years when it finally dropped. Remember, she allowed Caitlin Clark to get crucified publicly by Black America who don't like her. And that's just a part of Black America. It's not all Black America dislikes Caitlin Clark. But that section of Black America that just chooses to dislike Caitlin Clark and then blames Caitlin Clark's fans for why they have chosen to dislike Caitlin Clark, which must burn and boil their blood even more because a player like DeWanna Bonner wanted to play with Caitlin Clark. Heck, Sydney Colson abandoned Asia Wilson to go sit on Caitlin Clark's bench. So she sat idly by and said nothing while she knew her stinker was being made. Remember, she's the one sitting here saying that they don't see it as marketable. So it doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter what we all do as Black women. We're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is. When did it start becoming about race for you, Asia Wilson? I'm just curious. When did your life become a racial topic? You're 27 years old. When did you become an activist? When did you all of a sudden become the second coming of Rosa Parks? When did that happen? Oh, I'm sorry, it never happened because you grew up in white suburbia. You went to private school. You grew up a typical spoiled white kid from the suburbs who grew up silver spooned. You went to a very expensive private school. When did you become this activist that was being, I don't know, told she's lesser than by everybody? When did this happen? Because it didn't happen in South Carolina. They built you a statue before they retired your jersey. They built you a statue. And then they retired your jersey. But think about that. They built you. You were the first person to have a statue built in women's basketball at South Carolina. You've gotten everything your heart could desire. Everything. And now, once again, now she's back at it again. Now she's in the New York Times. They did a lengthy profile on the Aces player. And she's claimed she's not as marketable as someone like Clark because she's Black. It's 100% about race. And it's one of those things where we can sit here and say that all the time, but there's going to always be someone that's like, well, no, you're just making it about race. Wilson told the New York Times when talking about race and marketability. This woman is insane, bro. Like this woman lives in a world of comical stupidity. She is tone deaf. You want to know how you make yourself less marketable? Keep spewing garbage like this. Just to refresh Asia Wilson, she has partnerships with Nike, Gatorade, Ruffles. I've seen her on CarMax commercials. She's the first female athlete to partner with Ruffles. This is what I'm seeing right here online. I'm doing a little quick check. She just signed a 6-year extension with Nike, one of the richest shoe deals for women's basketball players. This was in December of 24. Her shoes sold out in minutes. Don't know how many they made that it sold out that fast, but it sold out in minutes. I thought you weren't marketed. I thought you weren't being promoted. Like your shoe wouldn't sell out in minutes if you weren't being marketed, if you weren't being promoted. The reality is that nobody wants to watch you play basketball. But the reality is also this, that you are a black woman in a black sport, and black athletes in all of the predominantly black sports. Who are the white folks buying sneakers from? I mean, outside of Luka Doncic in the NBA, I don't know of any men that are buying Sabrina Ionesco shoe, because other than the fact that it looks like a Kobe. Like they're buying Tatum, they're buying LeBron, they're buying Dame, they're buying James Harden, they're buying Westbrook, they're buying Kyrie, they're buying every athlete that they're buying a shoe from is a black athlete. But she believes that she is being overlooked. Here in 2018, of October 2018, she signed an endorsement deal with Mountain Dew, the first female basketball player to sign with the brand. I thought you were being overlooked. This was a year after she left college. Like, this is a year after she left college. A year, yeah. The year she left, she, yes, this was the year she left college. This was 5 months into her WNBA career. But yet she sits here and cries and bitches and moans, and it's all about what is not happening for her, how she's being overlooked. Like get out of here. There's literally an article from Front Office Sports in September 24 saying, could she be the WNBA's first $1 million player? I don't know if that's attributed to salary or endorsements, because I mean, obviously Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are getting that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times over. But what is she like? What is she talking about? It's exhausting. And you want to know why people are turned off by you, Asia Wilson? Because all you do is keep saying this dumb shit. Michael, the most bought brand of sneakers in the history of the world are Jordans. Jordan brand is a brand in itself. I don't know the numbers, but I'm sure Jordans are probably the most sold sneakers still with Nike. Michael Jordan's over 60. Like, he's over 60. How many sneakers have been made for LeBron? Like 40? I mean, he has 5 new pairs of shoes every single season at $150 to $250 a pop. She's out of her mind. And it's irritating. It's absolutely irritating. It's such the levels of tone deaf that this woman walks around with. Like I just typed in Asia Wilson endorsements. I mean, it is article after article after article after article after article. I mean, from the Las Vegas Review Journal, the Forbes, Anscape, Awful Announcing, New York Times, Sports Illustrated, Front Office Sports, Just Women's Sports, ESPN. This is just page 1. Go to page 2. Marca, ESPN, the Sports Economist. I mean, it's link after link after link after link. about this player who gets no love whatsoever, despite the fact that she's the first to ever have this. I mean, come on. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? She lives in a land of delusion. Like, you got link after link on Asia Wilson. She walks around like she's being, I don't know. She really thinks she's being discriminated. At least she's created in her mind that she's being discriminated against. Outside of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, she's probably the highest paid women's basketball player in the WNBA. I'm not talking about salary because her salary isn't even the highest on her own team. Jewel Lloyd makes more money than her. I'm talking about endorsement wise. She's getting more endorsements than anybody in this league that are not named Caitlin or Angel Reese. What are we talking about here? There's a reason people don't like you, Asia Wilson, because all you do is complain. There's a reason people don't follow you because you're boring and you complain. You have never made the game watchable for people. People didn't turn on basketball to watch you play, not in the WNBA. You think that's racially motivated? Go to an NBA game. Go look at who's in the crowd. Go look. Go see who's buying the tickets. I guarantee if you go see who's buying your tickets to watch you play, it's largely white people. The same people that you say are discriminating against you. How many players in the WNBA are white that have endorsement deals besides Caitlin Clark and Serena Ionescu? I wouldn't have any freaking idea. Current WNBA players that have deals wouldn't have a clue. But Asia Wilson will let you know that racism is why she doesn't have more. No, Asia, it's because you're a mean girl. You're a mean girl. You come across like a mean ass bitch. Unpleasant, always complaining. And you know what? At the same time, you've also somehow managed to ruin Bam Adebayo. I'm a Heat fan, and that guy has sucked since he got together with you. Just to let you know, because he shot well under what he shot last year. This year, now with you, he shot 6% percentage points lower than he previously did. But hey, you have an impact on everybody. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Is Asia Wilson just a nonstop complainer? Is this what we're going to listen to for the rest of our lives? Every year she's going to have a new complaint about race. The girl that grew up with white people, the girl that grew up in private school, the girl that got the statue before anybody else, the girl that got to deal with Mountain Dew before anybody else, the girl that got to deal with Ruffles before anybody else, the girl that had a Nike deal and kept quiet about it while people were crucifying, hell, Nike and Caitlin Clark, and people calling it racist that Nike hadn't given Asia Wilson a deal, even though she already had a deal. Come on. That Asia Wilson? Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate y'all. This is Rudy's Rant. Her game, her way, women's basketball. Come on now.